What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. Another bad translation from Starve Hard. Badly translated ancient history. I don't even think that we actually know about ancient history. You know, we have theories and we have stories that people have kind of put out there, but do we really know? Aside from being able to tell how old something is from carbon dating and such, do we really know the stories? Or have they all been lost? Let's go. It's gonna get real weird. I think this was gonna get very weird. I already see he's down in the corner, so he's probably gonna have a hand in it. He's had a hand in everything else. The man can live and die. Well, he might not even be a man. We don't know what he is.
I translated Wikipedia's timeline of
Go show Starve Hard the love
from 160,000 years ago all the way to the Roman Empire, using languages with terrible translation quality. This was the result. 160,000 years ago, Gaia, Homo sapiens love in English. The first
they love in English
record of a 130,000-year-old ship comes from the remote island of Crete and was built millions of years ago. We got like ancient ship.
Hold on. Didn't we just say 130,000? 130,000-year-old ship that was built millions of years ago?
1,000-year-old ship comes from the remote island of Crete and was built millions of years ago.
Built millions of years
ancient ship. His age is 125 years. Wow.
At least we know how old he is. He hasn't been around that long in the grand scheme of things. Maybe that's just since his last death.
Neanderthals weighed 250 kilograms. Damn. They're just big bones. 164 cells.
Giants did exist.
We must return to our thinking. Very true. 120,000 years ago, probably the first written evidence of bones. Just somebody writing, I saw a bone the other day. So,
what is this? What is that? It's a very weird rock. What is it? Let's just call it a bone.
And Stone Age people. Plutonium was discovered in Asia between 12,000 and 90,000 years ago. The Sahara Desert is moist and fertile.
What? The Sahara Desert is moist and fertile.
Years ago.
It used to be a rainforest, I guess.
Mount Toba erupted violently 75,000 years ago. It is believed to affect humans and other species. However, recent evidence suggests otherwise. I don't know what to believe. And then 70 Phil Bambi Cave, South Africa's oldest painting. What's the Phil Bambi Cave? So I think this is 40 to 67,000 years ago. Neanderthals discovered in Europe. Wallace used the L word.
Can we know what the L word is, please?
Dude, Wallace just used the L word. It's like an ancient slur. North Africa has between 50,000 and 30,000 people. Cold, dry, and rainy.
How did we go from being moist and lush to cold, dry, and rainy?
Everything in Africa started in the last epoch. What? Let me ask you something. What are the 45 most popular movies? Coriander is the third oldest stone found in Sulawesi. The first wave of them arrived in modern Europe in 1943 to 1945. Clearly the years have been translated because this is now the Pride era. Pride 45 to 50. Enter Dan Gell. Okay. And then another one.
Welcome,
Ramen
Dan.
42.
Welcome.
You can see the difference yourself. Although some minerals have been studied for their contribution to human health and development, they have little to do with human civilization and history. The German Paleolithic Museum was founded 42,000 years ago. Wow. Come to my cave museum. Oh. Look, we got a lot of rocks on display. It was discovered in East Timor, Australia at the age of 42. Other countries are also doing Lucy's research and technology. Thanks.
What is Lucy researching? That's what I want to know.
40 AD, Neanderthal dies out. Okay. 40 years of origami culture in Europe. He has been a celebrity for almost 40 years. He's really big.
Oh, maybe they're talking about Lucy and then that Lucy.
In the origami game, okay. He can do a hell of a fold. Round 35. Battle between humans and monsters. Venice Waterfall Hall. Excuse me? K is...
I love that you put game music in the background because it was a game that was in my head.
33 years old and the richest man in Ireland. European beauties are 22 to 33,000 years old. Damn, those 1,000 years old beauties. Such a beauty. 31,000 years ago, last ice age, the mining of 30 kilograms of coal starts at the Vimataka Rock in India, which has the most famous collection of Galendras to date. Summary: Asians and Australians in New Guinea. Thanks. 25,000 years ago, the Urals were the first people to migrate east from Siberia and meet the people of the Far East. His son returned to help the Americans. 24,000 years ago, ancient Eurasian cultural remains, such as images of Venus.
Huh?
It's like a photograph of Venus. The long tall
I knew we were on the age of rediscovering everything.
Between
it's
Europe
all already
and
been
the USA
discovered
have
before.
common roots. And then 24 years old, the pain continues. Nice. 23,000 years ago, wolves are thought to have evolved to share food, habitat, and later food with humans in North Eurasia. Studies on wolves show that inbreeding increases the number of dogs, which in turn increases the number of dogs. Instead of guns, the Yankees see wolves, children's voices, and monsters. What? Can you run that one by me again? What does that mean? That kind of sounds really dark. 16,000 years ago, I am looking for orchids from the Caucasus to Europe.
That's a long ass trip to look for some
Vincent
orchids.
the buffalo is found in Le Torque de Aubert cave in the French Pyrenees, now in Spain. I like how it's translated 1,000 years ago to KIA, killed in action. 11,000 years ago, the first sheep arrived in Mesopotamia. He just like rocked up one day. He's like, all right, what are you doing there? Bit of agriculture? Mind if I...
Can you imagine being the person that saw the first sheep? That'd probably be a terrifying
9,000
notion.
years ago, even after 9,000 years, this promise has not been fulfilled. American writer, a temperature of 89,000 to 83,000 degrees Celsius is the beginning of a new world. Decorative flowers
There you have it. We were wiped out by the sun already
and
once.
trees. Amazon has changed. This is no different to what happened in the Amazon rainforest. What? It's like his little rant. He hates Amazon, but it's not Amazon, it's the Amazon rainforest. 8,000 BC, most of the Ice Age giants have disappeared. It is widely
Even the giant Neanderthals.
used in British Columbia to make rice and cheese. 8,000 to 7,000 years, it's food. He started his career as a farmer. This statue was built in the 20th
He came from humble beginnings. I like it.
century in the city of Jericho and is now 8.5 meters tall. What is the statue of? Is it rice and cheese?
What was it when it started? Because if it's growing, then we've got an
Is it
issue.
him? 7200 BC, the first human problem in our time. Mayuki's store is located at 7176 CA Avenue. Is that a real place?
We're gonna. Oh, he said it's not real. I was gonna say we have to look that up, but he already put in there. It's not real.
6000 BC, no. European agriculture in Anatolia. Agriculture spreads through Europe and beyond. Western hunters know different places. Monkeys first appear before Christ.
What?
It's I don't know what that means. It appeared
He tried it with the monkeys first.
in the 3rd
That's
century,
what that means.
the origin of agriculture in southern Mexico. It became an important food in Central America and contributed to the development of agriculture in the region. Sorry, can we go back to the monkeys appearing before Christ?
Yes.
7000 BC. Agriculture and farming in Papua New Guinea. Early farmers dug wells for irrigation. They talk about bananas, oranges, potatoes, and duck eggs. Good for them. The first store in southern Sweden. Mercury Garden, South Asia. Largest farm and garden.
I don't think I'm going there. That's just poisonous.
In April 2006, the journal Nature reported that the first traces of human teeth were found in donkeys.
How the hell
Donkeys
did
just
they
had
get
like
there?
a human smile. This season in British Columbia, it is from 5,700 to 4,500 years ago. We're going to save the company. Designed and manufactured in British Columbia. The oil boils. 5259
oil
BC,
boils.
a collision occurs when the Earth collides with the Sun.
Again, we were wiped out.
Sorry, that's just like an extinction level event. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, just a one line. So, 4000 BC,
The monkeys didn't
he
listen.
established a kingdom in Mesopotamia. Now, most people think of
He's been the king of a few places now, right?
horses, chickens, and bicycles.
No more duck eggs.
Denmark is divided into two parts. Denmark in North America and Yenisei in Siberia. This connection is believed to be the first migration of Native Americans and Indians from the Bering Strait to Siberia. Thus, seals spread throughout
Yeah, but how the hell did they get over to North America?
Eurasia. How is that thus? Yeah. However, a recent study found that Danish immigrants have difficulty learning new languages and skills, according to traditions and customs. 37,000 BC,
We traditionally suck at
a
learning new
1.5
languages.
kilometer long railway was laid near Samar. That's pretty early for a railway, but is it needed if it's only 1.5 kilometers? You could walk it. I'm not
This is
I'm
true.
not slagging them off, but they could have been more ambitious. 3,500 BC, the burning of Egypt began in 3,500 BC. Since then, it has been implemented. So, right? 3,300 BC, Blue is located in Ireland. However, Charlemagne's Cuban Empire began with a few American cities and forts on the coast of Peru. In fact, this is America's oldest government. Nice. 3,200 BC, what happened in Yemen in the Persian Gulf? When the Europeans arrived in eastern China, the Protestants spoke an Indo-European language. He founded the Indo-European language family. Wow, that's pretty big. This event led to the development and introduction of a lactase therapy in Europe. What is that? Is that some kind of milk therapy? 32,000 BC, curl soap culture begins in Peru. The rise of the original Islamic regime in Iran. Damn. So I thought he was early building mosques before Islam, but they're really early. 3000 BC, Stonehenge launch. The first publication has 56 wooden pillars and boards. Why do they make it sound like a business? Just launched the first iteration of Stonehenge. They call it Stonehenge 1.0.
It didn't stick around very long.
BC, Kotidigi tourism has begun in the Andus Valley. Long culture kicks off in China. You found a long culture? 2017, King Sa Kofu King Gisa, this time featuring Horn of Africa, appears for the first time on the album Egypt. He's got a guest act as well, the Horn of Africa on drums. 2334 BC, the Arcadian Emperor is based on and builds on original references to history or radio show. The oldest god seen in America. 2055 BC, Britain kicks off in UK. He's kicking off. 1700 AD, it says. I'm going to believe it. Indus Valley tourism is over, but the cemeteries continue with Culture H as the beginning of poor tourism boom in North America. 1600 BC, the civilization of Crete is being destroyed by the Minoan bomb on the island
Here we go.
of Santorini. You got bombs. The Sun Queen's tree in China sees the light of the Sun Queen's tree moving the system in China. The Heath government begins in the eastern Mediterranean. 771 BC, time and levies begin in China, and the Hong Kong royal family is cutting back on surveys. Hundreds of scores.
We don't care how you feel anymore. No more
BC,
surveys.
The founder of Buddhism was King Saxia, who ruled over most of Canada. 529 BC, the death of England was a remarkable victory. Very true. King Darius I of Peru surrendered freely in eastern Thrace and took Temple Empire into Libya. 490 BC, Greece's city wins Peru's attack on the battlefield of the coalition. Who is the justice of the saints? 475 BC, the War of the United States begins in China when King Zhao became operational.
They turned them on.
China maintains relations with foreign militants. And then Crocodile family. I don't know. Sorry, the construction of offshore hydroelectric dams began in Athens. Nice. The date is just set to he, so I don't really know what that
That's his date.
is, but he Germany's presence in the non-wave desert region of Libya's Pisan region is growing. That's a secret Helor. 331 BC. Alexander will lose Darius III in Peru in a match against Peru. 323 BC. Death of Alexander, a boss of Babylon.
A boss.
He was the main guy. There was nothing they can do. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is that? That's like a computer's version.
Tamil. That's before email. Tamil.
261 BC. Cancer War. Excuse me.
It just gave everybody
255
cancer.
BC.
No.
Georgia sends God to Sri Lanka under the direction of his son, Mahinda Theresa May. What a good name. Why is did Theresa May write that, or is she's just that? That's a Bible verse. Why is that a year? 200 BC. Jess's
How did you get a Bible verse before Christ in the first place?
tweeter introduced us to stainless steel, a church that is being built. I got some really bad news, okay? 145 BC. Uzbekistan.
I guess you would. Because the Christ came in the New Testament, so you would definitely still have some Bible verses. I need to go back and figure out what that Bible verse that Google was throwing out there was.
And died. President of the Greek government was defeated, and the rest moved south to found India and Greece. Rest in peace, Uzbekistan. But
Take
100
my hat off
BC,
if I didn't
the
have on
sun
headphones.
shines fast. In conversation with the African state community, Benvento has developed an echo tool that helps produce steel. 44 AD, that year, Julius Caesar defeated Eurovista and divided his country into 4 places in Romania, and then 5.
And then 5.
27 BC, Kudak, Queen Kudak, leads the Kushi army. Why should 3 countries start importing from Korea? Huh? Why should they? Emperor Claudius died and felt like the title of Nero's son-in-law. Page 68. The death of Emperor Nero himself. The creation of 4 empires in Rome. 98 AD. After a 2-year trial, Emperor Nero died of natural causes.
What the
and
hell?
Completed his adopted son Trojan. What do you mean completed? The 106 AD. After
They were taking his body parts.
the Romanian,
He had to complete
Iraqi, and modern Armenian events, the Roman Empire is at its highest level below the dragon. Miss
Yeah, if the dragon's around, everyone's below the dragon.
Trojan died of natural causes. Hadrian's adopted son succeeded him. Hadrian took power from Iraq and the United States. Okay. just Hadrian. And he doesn't do anything until he dies. 180 AD, the king of Cambodia has become emperor of Rome.
No one saw that coming.
He's always in there. Cambodia's always doing some wild stuff. Sorry, Democratic Republic of Congo in Taiwan, and then elephants organize the creation of humans.
Time out. Time out.
So who was doing all this stuff before? Okay, if elephants have just come together and they were like, hey, I've
Let's
got a
make
good
a
idea.
human.
Humans? What was going on before? Hello? 226. Property treaties and the rise of the Saskatchewan Empire. This has been mentioned a few times now. And then he defeats God the Third,
He must have defeated the
the
first
Saudi
two, too.
Philippines, and Emperor Valerian. Wow.
He got too
God
much
1
damn
was
power.
easy. God 2, walk in the park. God the Third, no trouble. 292 AD, the capital city of the Roman Empire was removed with more blood. 337 AD, Emperor Constantine I died. His son Constantinus II.
He didn't die,
Constantine's
he died.
the First. Emperor Constantine II is an emperor of the Roman Empire. Thank you. The 350 emperors were killed for the second time by
For the second time.
only 2 brothers. I think we gotta know who that is. That's he and his brother. New Zealand of Hippo. Thank you. Good. 395. My forefathers were concerned about all religions except Catholicism. 406. The British destroyed
Harsh.
Rome. 439. Car crossing border between Morocco and Tunisia. 476. The last emperor of Western Rome, Romulus Augustus. Eastern Rome of England, for the title of
Eastern
Duke
Rome
of
of
Italy.
England.
By restoring the empire, he left Udza as the ruler of Germany, often confirming the end of ancient history.
That was the end of ancient history. Get over, show Starve Hard, all the love in the world. I told y'all it was gonna get weird. Ancient history's weird anyway. Definitely go show the love though. Super creative. I love these damn badly translated anything. I'm gonna go badly translate everything. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button but it won't believe you. Tell the next one of my combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. I love you to the moon and back.